Okay, gang, let's do this number 11 question. Alright, so they're breaking it down for you, so we're going to do sine of 3 pi over 4 plus pi over 6, because that equals back to 11 pi over 12. And we'll use the formula. So sine, this will be u, this will be v. Sine 3 pi over 4 cosine pi over 6 plus cosine 3 pi over 4 sine pi over 6. Okay, so I just put it in the formula that I showed you guys during lecture. Now I have to, I'm going to draw some triangles for this. So the first one will be for the pi over 6. That's a quadrant 1 triangle. Pi over 6 is equivalent to 30 degrees. So across from 30 is always the 1, across from the 60 is the radical 3, and the hypotenuse is a 2. So this is the pi over 6 angle. I'm going to draw another one for 3 pi over 4. Now 3 pi over 4 is 3/4 the way around to pi. So it's going to end up here. So that means that the reference angle is pi over 4 or 45. So the reference angle is 45 degrees. So that's your 1, 1 radical 2 triangle. So make sure for this one you're in quadrant 2, make sure for this one you're in quadrant 1, and that you follow the correct plus or minus in each of those quadrants. Okay, so the sign in quadrant 2 is positive. I'll just write 1 over radical 2, but you could write radical 2 over 2 if you rationalize it. But opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, cosine of pi over 6, now you're over here. Cosine is radical 3 over 2. Because it's adjacent over the hypotenuse. Cosine of 3 pi over 4, you got to come over here. That's 1 over radical 2, but you're in quadrant 2, so the cosine's negative. The cosine's negative on the left. Sine of pi over 6, now I'm over here. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. I'm just going to rationalize these in the next step just so it's a little easier for you guys to do. So when you notice, I'm just going to rationalize it first. So this is equivalent to radical 2 over 2 times radical 3 over 2 negative radical 2 over 2. I just rationalized that one, 1/2. Alright, now I'm going to multiply it. So this is radical 6 over 4 minus, because of the signs, radical 2 over 4, which would condense then to finally be radical 6 minus radical 2 over 4. Alright, now let's do the, we're going to do the cosine. We're going to use the same breakdown they gave us. 3 pi over 4 plus pi over 6. That will add back to this. Again, this is u, this is v. You're going to watch me put it in the formula you saw me write down in class. Cosine u, cosine v. Now remember, if this is positive for the cosine, it's opposite. So now this is negative. Sine of u, sine of v. Alright, now you're going to see me use these triangles again to evaluate this. Cosine 3 pi over 4, we did that before. That's this guy. It's 1 over radical 2. It's negative because it's in quadrant 2. Cosine of pi over 6, radical 3 over 2. Sine of 3 pi over 4, 1 over radical 2. Sine of pi over 6, 1/2. Again, you're just going to see me rationalize this one and this one. Negative radical 2 over 2. Radical 2 over 2. Okay, now you can see me multiply. And you can see me combine. You don't need to factor that negative out. This is fine right here. Alright gang, that's it on this one. I hope that helped. Just make sure you have the correct formula and you have the correct plus or minus from the quadrants. Alright, catch you. Bye-bye.